So I just watched this really great video by the Dave Cullen Show, and Dave Cullen's a great YouTuber, and I'll leave a link to his channel if you haven't already seen it. But what it is, he points out that Brie Larson is constantly victim hunting. So Brie Larson is sat in between Chris Hemsworth and Don Cheadle, and what she's trying to do, she wants one of them to snap at her, and that will portray Brie Larson as the victim. So all the media will say that the men within Marvel are not introducing or allowing Brie Larson to enter the Marvel world because she's female. Now Brie Larson sees herself as a feminist. She's also talked about the patriarchy, so that will portray or build up Brie Larson's image as a feminist and her discussions about the patriarchy, because the men are attacking her in the interviews. And also what Dave Cullen points out that I haven't covered in my previous video is just how much, when you watch Don Cheadle, he's almost wincing through this interview, because Don Cheadle has the experience to see, or he's probably been in hundreds of interviews, and he can see constantly how this is a terrible interview, and he's wincing at almost every stage. But there's one particular point that if you watch this, I really think that Brie Larson is trying to do this. What Brie Larson is trying to do, she wants Don Cheadle to begin with. If you watch the video from the start, she wants Don Cheadle to snap at her and to have a go, or for Don Cheadle to storm off, and that would obviously cause massive damage to Don Cheadle's career. So many producers or casting directors will question whether they would have hired Don Cheadle because they see him as somebody who's very reactive and doesn't work with his colleagues, and that is what Brie Larson is trying to do, and that would again portray Brie Larson as the victim. There's a real key point to this. So the first one is Brie Larson deliberately targets Don Cheadle, but she portrays it as if she's joking. That's how she's making it appear. But there's a key point, and this is the whole point of this issue, is that Don Cheadle says, "I told you not to touch me." So Don Cheadle has previously told Brie Larson not to touch him. So that means that Brie Larson is deliberately elbowing Don Cheadle, trying to get him to react. Brie Larson wants Don Cheadle to, shout at her or to storm off, and again portray Brie Larson as the victim. And also Brie Larson knows that this is Entertainment Tonight. Now Entertainment Tonight is hugely popular. It has about 1.2 million subscribers. Now the question is whether Brie Larson has deliberately waited until the most popular news outlet has come along, and Brie Larson has took this as an opportunity to target Don Cheadle. Now again, if Don Cheadle did react and shouted at Brie Larson or stormed off, that would really damage Don Cheadle's career. He would get a massive amount of negative publicity. That points out that Brie Larson is deliberately trying to target him, trying to harass him into responding and attacking Brie Larson. That's what she's doing this for. And from the whole point outset of this interview, Brie Larson is constantly victim hunting. Now I'm also going to point something out to you, and you can verify this for yourself. You can quickly go onto IMDb and see this for yourself. If you look at the actresses from comic book superhero movies, not just Marvel but also DC, the actresses, you'll see something, and you'll see a pattern, and again you can see this for yourself. And what it is, I'll show you. So this is Scarlett Johansson on IMDb. Now she has 2 future movies booked up. Now IMDb is very reliable. When you go onto IMDb, it almost does prove or show what actors are working on or what they're not working on. So you can see that Scarlett Johansson has 1 movie in the future that she's going to film. So she's completed 2 movies that are due to be released that she's done the filming for. So that's Scarlett Johansson. And then Karen Gillan. So she's in post-production for 2 movies. She's currently filming 1 movie and she's pre-production for another movie. She's working on 1 movie and she's got another movie coming up. Then this is Elizabeth Olsen. Now she's got the WandaVision TV show announced, so she'll be filming that in the future. And then Zoe Saldana, she's got a number of Avatar movies, and she's also got another Star Trek sequel lined up for her to film in the future. And also Gal Gadot. So Gal Gadot has got, I think she's got 3 movies. Yeah, so she's got 3 movies lined up. No, sorry, 4. So Gal Gadot's got a number of movies and a TV show that she's going to film in the future project. But now we come to Brie Larson. Brie Larson has no future work lined up. This movie here that's going to be released next year, she's filmed that. That's already been filmed. Brie Larson is the only actress out of the major actresses from the comic book movies, including Gal Gadot, that has no future work confirmed. So she hasn't been confirmed for a sequel Captain Marvel. She has no other projects lined up to work. Now maybe her reputation's caught up with her. I might be wrong. Maybe there's a flood of offers coming in. But you would have thought that Brie Larson is one of the most popular celebrities in the world at the moment, that she would be stacked up with job offers and future projects. You saw it with Jennifer Lawrence a few years ago and other actresses. They can still have 4 or 5 projects lined up in the future. Now I'm going to go back to this interview. Again, Don Cheadle was deliberately targeted by Brie Larson. And he does say, "I told you not to touch me." So if Brie Larson deliberately waited until this Entertainment Tonight night interview came along and it's the most popular channel, has 1.2 million followers, then that shows that she was deliberately targeting Don Cheadle and deliberately wanted Don Cheadle to react, to either shout at Brie Larson, storm off. But that is Brie Larson deliberately targeting Don Cheadle because Don Cheadle whispers, "I told you not to touch me." Then when Don Cheadle doesn't react, Brie Larson later on in the interview turns her attention to Chris Hemsworth. What she's doing, she's victim baiting. She wants to be the victim, and she could have made Don Cheadle look terrible and damaged Don Cheadle's career. So in my view, Don Cheadle, if that did happen, could go on to sue Brie Larson for deliberately targeting him because he said, "I told you not to touch me." This woman will bully and harass her colleagues and target them deliberately, trying to get them to react. She wanted those two actors to react to portray Brie Larson as the victim, and she would get loads of publicity, and there'll be all this talk about the patriarchy within Marvel rejecting Brie Larson because she's female. And the outcome is, like the potential outcome is, that she has no work because all the other movie studios have heard what she's actually like and they don't want to work with her. All the other actors have got work lined up, but Brie Larson has no future work currently lined up. Now if you hear otherwise, if you've got any news on Brie Larson work in the future, leave your comments below, but for me there's no sign of it. So again, leave your comments below, let me know what you think, and also like and subscribe.